Hello. It is the last video of the semester, so I thought I'd do it big and show everybody why I'm the king of the videos. I'm just kidding. I'm really humble. So, if you think I'm funny, that's fine, but if not, at least I do know how to wear hats well. This read aloud is about Dope Sick by Walter Dean Myers. We all know Walter Dean Myers because we read Monster, and this is a lot like Monster. It involves drugs and shootings and just potentials of going to jail. It's actually about a young man who his name is Lil J, and he is on the run from the cops because him and his friend Rico were doing a drug deal to make some money, and then it ended up that the buyer was an undercover cop, so he found them out, and there ended up being a shooting. The cop got shot, and he was like really hurt and dying pretty much, and Lil J got shot in the arm, and Rico was caught by the police, so Lil J runs into an abandoned warehouse, or not abandoned warehouse, like abandoned apartment building, and he meets like an old man in there, and he has like a magical television set that kind of shows him possible outcomes of the near future, like if he decides to turn himself in or if he just decides to try to shoot it out. And it's really interesting because it shows all possible choices that young people have in life, and it kind of like makes a comment on that, and of how people can avoid the conflict that goes on in their neighborhoods so that they can even make it out of a bad neighborhood safe and sound, as long as they keep their noses clean and kind of stay away from all the bad influences in those communities. So the first excerpt I'm going to read is: I couldn't see myself in jail for the rest of my life, and if Rico got over with his story, I might even get the death penalty, and I knew in my heart that I didn't want to shoot anybody or get shot at myself. Everything that happened started going through my head, and it was clear, just as clear as it was on the television. So that just kind of shows how Lil J, how he's dealing with self-identity. He knows that he's not a bad person, just like Steve did in Monster. He kind of knows that he's good, and he doesn't want to go to jail for this, and he is really scared of going to jail, and he's just dealing with the consequences of living in a bad community. And the other excerpt is kind of just it talking about the language that is used in the book, because a lot of young adult authors don't really use the language of the young adults, and this uses a lot of slang and things like that that many African American readers could relate to because they've heard it, and they should know the slang terms for these things so that they don't get into something that they possibly wouldn't have wanted to get into in the first place. So it goes: I can use a hit. I said, you holding? You know I'm not holding, Kelly said, but let me ask you, what you need Lauren for? All you want to be married to is your habit. Ain't you married to your habit? Ain't you married to sitting up here shooting up being spooky? Or are you just skimming and saying you don't have a Jones? And that's, once again, it just shows the slang that's used in the book, and how Walter Dean really does a good job of capturing the voice of the people in these neighborhoods, and it's easily African American youth can easily relate to it, as well as other teenagers and things that are involved with bad people that once they read this book, they should know that a lot of things can go wrong with it, and something that you might have seemed to be harmless can end up having a major effect of your life. So this is a good book. I recommend it to everyone. It's kind of like a fantasy, but not really. It's just it's really interesting, and it's yeah, it's just interesting. I would recommend it. Everybody go out and buy it. Walter Dean is a great author, and he represents Harlem very well. So I hope you all enjoyed my videos this year, and hopefully I'll be making more in the future. Goodbye.